So here we have a Splitfire 4090 wood chipper. Now, all of Splitfire's products are designed to be used in the rental industry. That means they're easy to use, easy to maintain for that rental shop, and they're bulletproof enough to last the abuse of the rental industry. First off, this is a compact wood chipper. It is under 36 inches wide, so it fits those small gates in those urban areas, and it's easy to move around while not being too large. Yeah, it does weigh 600 pounds, but the tongue weight's not too extreme. It can be easily lifted up and down, and the machine has a low center of gravity. That means when it's towing, you don't have the risk of the machine flipping over because all the weight's down very low. And typically when we're selling things to rental shops, it gets a 12-inch tire option. This makes it roll easier over rough terrain, and if there's potholes and stuff like that, it just skims over it without bouncing too much. Now, another option that's really popular with rental is the overload clutch sensor. That means that if it's on a rental and the customer overloads the machine, it'll automatically shut the operation down without burning that clutch out. So it's a super handy option for those customers that aren't tech savvy and just want to run the machine hard. You know, furthermore, you'll see how the throttle is all laser cut. There's no stickers on the throttle, so the stickers can be blown off the pressure washer. And we also engrave all the torque specs on aluminum plate here, so this machine can last a long time without having to re-sticker stuff, and it'll look good doing so. And on the back of the machine, as far as chute options, there's two ways you can go about it. You can go with the standard option, which is just this deflector mounted on the exhaust, the lower exhaust portion of the chipper, or it could be upgraded to this higher chute option, which allows your customers to shoot the chips into a trailer or into the back of a truck or something like that. So it really depends on what your customers are looking to do with the machine. And as far as maintenance goes, we've made this as easy as possible. It takes about 10 seconds to pop the infeed chute off and you get full access to your blades. We got a double-sided blade. We got a hole for a blade lock so you can work on the rotor without it turning on you. And overall maintenance is very simple in this machine. It's built to be super easy to maintain, which is, you know, what Splitfire is all about. And as far as safety goes, it's a very important factor of the 4090. First, the distance from here to the blade exceeds 36 inches, so one cannot stick their arm close to the blades. We have a safety switch here, so if the infeed chute is off the machine's not operable. It just is a kill switch on that motor. And up front, we have an e-stop that can be engaged anytime to turn the machine off quickly and safely so that customer can get away from it in case they put a foreign material in the infeed chute or they hear something that's not right. They can quickly hit it and move away safely. So we're gonna go ahead and chip some hard maple. Just had a big tree come down the latest windstorm, and you'll just see how good a machine like this works with the options on this particular 4090 gets the job done. And the most important part of chipping is making sure you got your PPE, very important. So on a piece like this, normally I let it chip half and then chip the rest. But as a disconcerting user, I'm going to slam it in there and the machine's going to shut itself off. And there you go. So you can see that rotor stopped, the clutch started heating up, and after it reaches a certain temperature, the machine shuts itself off. So before the customer can start the machine again, that clutch needs to cool down, or there is a manual process to overriding that, which is quite easy to do. You can see when that clutch is overheated, this blue ring light comes on to show that customer, hey, they've overloaded the machine, and the blue LED ring light is on to let them know that. So if your customer calls and says, hey, the machine won't start, I got a blue LED light on, a couple things to do. Tell them, remove the obstruction. That could be a jam, which rarely happens, or a large piece of wood. Obstruction removed. Come over to the machine, lower it to an idle, hold the button in, start the machine, speed it up, allow it to engage the rotor, and it's going to draw fresh air over that clutch, and when the LED light turns off, the LED button can be released, and the motor or the chipper will maintain its operation. So at medium throttle, we'll let it sit like this for maybe about, we gotta sit here for about 2 minutes to let it cool that clutch off. If we were to let the machine sit, it would have to sit for about 15-20 minutes for that clutch to cool off on its own. All right, so there you got the 4090 set up for rentals. You know, renting a small wood chipper isn't always easy, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible. You know, we want the customer to have a good experience when chipping. The maintenance needs to be super easy and it needs to be built to last. And we've tried to put that all on one machine here with the 4090. So if you got more questions about the options, typically for rental or about the machine itself, give us a call at the office or see more at split-tire.com.